Have you ever taken one bite of a food you loved as a child and suddenly felt like you were back in your parents' kitchen or at a family celebration? That strange feeling isn't just nostalgia, it's your brain replaying memories it stored years ago. Long before you understood nutrition, your brain was learning which foods meant comfort, love, safety, and happiness. Even today, those hidden connections quietly shape your cravings and choices. But how can foods from childhood still influence your brain decades later? Let's uncover the surprising science. Imagine tasting a simple cookie and, within seconds, feeling a wave of comfort you can't explain. That's because your brain isn't reacting to the cookie alone, it's replaying a memory from years ago. During childhood, your brain is like a sponge, absorbing every emotion linked to food. A warm meal after school, ice cream on birthdays, or your mother's favorite recipe all became deeply wired into your mind. Those memories never truly disappear. Instead, they quietly influence your cravings and eating choices long after childhood ends. As a child, your brain wasn't counting calories, it was collecting emotions. Every time you were given chocolate after crying, ice cream for good grades, or your favorite meal during family celebrations, your brain quietly connected those foods with comfort, love, and success. Years later, those same emotional circuits still exist. That's why a stressful day can suddenly make you crave the exact foods you loved as a kid. Your stomach may be full, but your brain is searching for a familiar feeling it learned to trust long ago. Have you ever smelled fresh cookies, homemade bread, or your mother's favorite dish and instantly felt like you traveled back in time? That isn't your imagination, it's your brain opening a memory you didn't even know was still there. Smell is directly connected to the parts of the brain that store emotions and memories, so a single scent can revive feelings from years ago. Before you even take the first bite, your brain has already decided that this food means comfort, safety, and happiness. That's why the craving begins long before real hunger does. Here's something most people never realize. Some of the food choices you make today may have been programmed before you even started school. Every time you heard, "finish your plate," earned candy for good behavior, or celebrated with pizza and cake, your brain stored those moments as rules instead of memories. After years of repetition, they became automatic. That's why many adults still reach for sweets after stress or keep eating when they're already full. The decision feels like a choice, but often it's an old childhood program quietly taking control. Have you ever promised yourself, "this is the last time," only to crave the same food again a few days later? It isn't simply a lack of willpower. Your brain is built to repeat what once brought comfort and relief. When stress, sadness, or even boredom appears, it automatically searches for the foods that made you feel safe as a child. Each time you give in, the brain strengthens that old pathway, making the next craving even harder to resist. The habit survives not because it's healthy, but because, to your brain, it still feels familiar and safe. But here's the part most people never hear. Your brain can be rewritten. The memories connected to childhood foods may stay with you, but they don't have to control every craving forever. Each time you resist an automatic urge and make a different choice, your brain starts creating a new pathway. At first, it feels difficult because the old route is stronger, but with repetition, the new pathway grows while the old one weakens. The same brain that learned those habits as a child can also learn healthier ones as an adult. That's the real power of neuroplasticity. The next time you crave a childhood favorite, ask yourself one question. Am I feeding my body, or am I feeding an old memory? That single question can change the way you see food forever. Your brain has been carrying these emotional connections for years, quietly influencing your choices without you even noticing. But now you know the truth. The memories may always exist, yet they no longer have to control you. Because the moment you understand how your brain was programmed is the moment you begin taking that control back.